Brand new Fox News polling revealing 68% of Americans are not satisfied with how things are going in our country. Joe Biden leaving office with the lowest presidential job performance in over 15 years. But some Democrats say he is one of the most accomplished presidents in history.
With the inauguration of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, we established one of the most successful presidencies of modern times.
His legacy will be legend among American presidents because of the selflessness he's shown over the last month.
He ended the presidency of Donald Trump at one disastrous term, and he did it while being decent and civil and honorable and normal.
Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor, and he joins us now. Joe, good morning to you. So those were glowing words of praise from Democrats during the presidential election. But now that Joe Biden's time in office is coming to an end, what do you think 20, 30 years down the road his legacy will be?
I think it will be that we just witnessed the worst administration and presidency in our lifetimes. I mean, if you want to compare it to Jimmy Carter, I don't know. I was like barely, on this earth. But from what I heard and when I read, that didn't go very well. But I really want to go bowling sometime with this 41% that approves of our absentee president, that is Joe Biden. I mean, what do they approve of exactly? The fact that he just pardoned more than 1,500 criminals in one day. That's more than any president in history has done that in one day. Do you like the fact that they just had the most expensive Thanksgiving we've ever had, with food prices far too high still for many people? Do you like the fact that 15 million people entered this country illegally, including hundreds on the FBI terror watch list? Does 41% approve of chaos overseas, war in several countries, and the fact that it's far less peaceful than it was under Donald Trump? Does the 41% approve of pro-trans policies, including biological men competing against biological women in sports, including on the amateur level? I mean, I'm trying to find like some positive things to say about the Biden-Harris administration, and it's really hard to find at this point. And the fact that Nancy Pelosi once said that he should be on Mount Rushmore tells you everything about what we were sold and then what we experienced.
Yeah, I still wrestle with whether or not they were trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the voter in an election year, or whether they truly felt this and were that out of touch with where the American people are, the pulse of the voter, because clearly the election showed that they were. And that led to this. Time magazine naming Donald Trump the Person of the Year. There it is right there. But this follows, let's call them not as nice covers. Not as flattering of Donald Trump. Let's show them now. Even Time having to admit that there was no other choice in 2024 because he captivated the entire year. But that said, how excruciating was it for the Time magazine people to have to pick Donald Trump?
Well, you see those covers, right, where, he had a meltdown before the 2016 election, no way he wins, or his golf cart's going backwards before this one, and then he overcomes all those odds again. This ain't your daddy's Time magazine anymore, that's for sure. Either way, you can't deny, even Time can't deny, that we just witnessed what was the greatest comeback in American history. I mean, maybe one of the greatest comebacks we've seen anyway since the Red Sox over the Yankees in 2004, Todd, or the American Revolutionary War. Either way, I mean, when you think about everything that's been thrown at this man in terms of, oh, he's an agent of the Kremlin. Oh, actually, we're going to impeach him not once, but twice, almost assassinated twice. All the media coverage has been so hostile, and yet here he is, the 45th and now 47th president, by winning the popular vote, by winning back the Senate, winning every swing state, and Republicans keep the House. I mean, this is a sweep. And again, the greatest comeback we have ever witnessed.
Yeah, to me, this reminds me of the new Time magazine cover, because it is a very presidential-looking cover of Donald Trump. It reminds me of Mark Zuckerberg pledging $1 million to his inaugural fund. Previous critics changing their tune 10 years into his political career. Joe, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Happy Friday. Take care.
You too.
Good weekend.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.